He-Man vs. ThunderCats. The fight we've dreamed of is here. The death of He-Man. We've been following the cosmic conflict that brought the homeworlds of both the ThunderCats and the Masters of the Universe into the same shared space, so if you need to catch up on the details, find them all here. Long story short, each of their villains, Skeletor and Mumm-Ra, were behind the ploy, with the ThunderCats' nemesis seeking out Prince Adam's power sword to finally take on Lion-O. Adam's ability to call on the power of Grayskull was all he needed to survive Mumm-Ra planting the sword straight through his chest, but when Skeletor claimed the power for himself, Adam succumbed to his wounds. It was the victory that Skeletor had dreamed of for so long, claiming the power sword and having reduced Mumm-Ra into dust and drank him. Never trust Skeletor, being able to bear the full force of the power of Grayskull. The day seemed to have been won, with only Lion-O and the ThunderCats to defend Eternia from the onslaught of Grayskull. Typically, we would be willing to take that bet, especially given the pep talk delivered to the young Thanos imprisoned several Celestials, Galactus, Infinity, Eternity, and many others, with a thought. He killed half of all living entities in the universe with a thought, just trying to please death. I can't imagine GOG-DD taking him. That would be putting him above everything in the Marvel universe, except for Tua and maybe the Living Tribunal. In current canon, HP Doomsday was a literal baby. The adult one is strange. It somehow, at some point, develops a way out of the Phantom Zone, and also the ability to incinerate everyone within a few hundred feet, except for S-tier beings, who turn into Doomsday things, for some reason, when destroyed. On the one hand, it broke WW's arms and smacked her around as if she was a small child. On the other hand, Soup swooped in. Lion-O takes her chance as proof that even in the pages of so fantastical a comic crossover, game recognized game, Lion-O decides that doing the kingly thing in this scenario means taking a leap of faith. Sweeping up the coffin containing Prince Adam's corpse and leaping onto the ThunderCats spaceship, Lion-O heads away from the rampaging spirits, reducing Eternia to rubble and back to Third Earth, his own homeworld, and the location of Mumm-Ra's headquarters. The young king is well aware that there's little reason to hope as he slides the coffin into Mumm-Ra's black pyramid, but all the reason to give it a shot. Knowing that Mumm-Ra relies on the magic of the pyramid, particularly the sarcophagus resting beneath the massive stone skull, one detail of many sure to delight fans of the cartoon, Lion-O simply places Adam into the object, shuts He-Man and Lion-O fight. Unfortunately, the story has yet to explain exactly how the power of Grayskull can be gifted to both Adam and Skeletor. But when Adam whispers the words from inside his borrowed sarcophagus, he emerges as fans expect him to, except for the glowing red eyes, the primal roar, and the fact that he tries to kill Lion-O the moment he sees him. Driven mad with rage, no doubt enhanced by the dark magic's hijack to return him to the land of the living, Lion-O has a hard time keeping his word to King Randor that his son would be returned in one piece. The leader of the ThunderCats succeeds in stripping Adam of his sword and taking it for himself, likely made possible by Adam's compromised mental state. At least that's what he will claim, but is clearly underestimated. He-Man and Lion-O, together at last. The issue comes to a close with the two heroes agreeing to work together to save each of their people and homeworlds. It's likely where most readers had hoped to see the two begin their crossover, but it's hard to argue that the storyline isn't more earned as a result. And let's not forget that Prince Adam certainly has a lot to learn about being as noble and kingly as he is powerful and invincible. Lion-O could be the one to teach him. Having protected and lead his people despite his own doubts, and fresh off a speech about the duties of a king that King Randor's son is guaranteed not to have heard. Their alliance comes not a moment too soon.